This is not a real time, so if I'm moving, see that mom should try to get that. Yeah. Might be taking a moment. I might just follow this up. Then look at it. Yeah, that's yours. Yeah. I would have said GPA. 2.4. That means you are. That was pretty cool too. Lily and Kai tied because because her and Kai got yes and strong. But now the cool part about it was Lily and Kai had become friends because they worked together in Sarong. She seems like she is too. Yeah. So I think she did golf, basketball, volleyball, track maybe, and then cheerleading. Yeah. Busy, bro. But appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a good job. Yes, sir.
I didn't bring the big ball.
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We are back in Whitmire. It is Tuesday. Terry, what's up? Terry's with us, and Ava back over the road up. So, all right, for those of you at home, first off, thanks for tuning in. Let me kind of explain why we are back at Whitmire and what transpired over the weekend. And as I'm talking to you, I'm trying to keep tabs and send text out, by the way. All right, so let me kind of explain to everybody at home why we were here and what transpired Friday. Okay, so Whitmire was up 3-1 in the bottom of the sixth inning. Leadoff strikeout, and then the second batter, who was the leadoff batter, Kinley Epps, walks on full count, so she takes first. The next batter is a second baseman. Her name was Sierra Jones. Sierra puts a bunt down in front of the plate, about maybe 2 feet in front of the plate. Dava Bird picks it up, throws it to first, and when she does, she hits Jones in the helmet. Ball goes down the right field line. Right fielder Addison Lloyd, first baseman, or second baseman, I'm sorry, Sidney Matthews as well, go for the ball. Lloyd gets the ball, throws it into the pitcher, throws it into Taylor Irvin, and the runner from first scores easily. Jones tries to go to third, and she's thrown out. So, should have been 2 outs, 4-1 Whitmire. What happened was the home plate umpire goes out to the base umpire, and they start talking. And as they're going out, Coach McCaskill walks on the field and asks the home plate umpire, says, hey, was there interference by the base runner there? Home plate umpire looks at Coach McCaskill and says, that's what we're talking about. So they chatted for a couple minutes, and then they decided to call the hitter, Sierra Jones. They decided to call her out and said it was interference. Now, she was thrown out at third base on the play, but they went back and said, okay, the bunt itself She was inside the line. There was interference on the throw. She's out. Okay, right call. That's the call. But they said the runner was still allowed to advance her position because the ball was live. And so she scored. And we're like, no, that's not correct. If you're going to call the batter out because of interference of being inside the line, then that's a dead ball. Everybody knew that. Coaches, both sides knew it. But, of course, the umpire did not call dead ball from the start. Okay? So then he says, okay, the runner's out. The hitter's out, She bunted it. She was in the line. She's out. Okay, well, then the runner should not have been allowed to score. That's where the protest came in, folks. So, in a nutshell, the batter bunted the ball. She's called for interference. If that happens, then the runner that's on base has to go back to the position she was originally at. So, Kinley Epps, who scored, should have gone back to first base, and there should have been 2 outs. It should have been a 3-1 ball game. Coach McCaskill goes back to the dugout, comes back out to the field, and wants another explanation. Umpire tries to say, hey, look, it was a live ball. We are calling the hitter out, but the runner can advance. She says, no, that shouldn't be right. She goes back to the dugout. Now, Coach Middleton, Coach Bill, looked at her and said, look, if you're going to protest this game, Talon cannot throw another pitch. So to kind of explain this to you at home, the ball was dead. Runner should have gone back to first, but she didn't. They let her score. Now, if you're going to protest a game, baseball or softball, there cannot be another pitch thrown and then you call a protest. You have to protest it right then on the spot before the next pitch is thrown. So Coach Middleton told Talon to step off the rubber, and then Coach Donna came down the home plate, looked at the home plate umpire, and said, we're playing this game, rest of it under protest. So the game finishes. It was 4-1 Whitmire. We get up, of course, in the top of the 7th, go 3 up, 3 down, ball game. But it's under protest. So what happens is the high school league has to hear the protest. Now, I won't lie to you, folks. I was on the phone Friday night after the game. We're on the way back home, and my buddy Frank the Tank, who some of y'all here know well, good former, well, you've heard about him a bunch in my ramblings in football and softball. Frank calls me. We're talking for about an hour. He said, man, what about that call? We got chatting about it, blah, blah, blah. And so what happens is, it's like him and I talked. He said, Chris, do you know the chances of winning that protest? I said, probably slim to none. And the reason why is because most protest folks, majority, are not overturned. But this one was. So Saturday morning, what we had to do was the high school league was called Friday night. A lady named Amy Boozer, who is a softball representative, was called by the head coach of Whitmire. By the way, really nice guy. We've talked the last couple of years up here. A very nice fella. His name is Andrew Campbell. So Coach Campbell called Amy Boozer at high school league to explain what happened. Our coach called, but Amy had to say, hey, look, okay, we understand, but we have to get the write-up from the umpire before we can make a decision. So I called Terry Saturday morning because I couldn't see the video online. He had it on private. Remember, we didn't start until about the 4th inning anyway from Terry's phone. And you can actually, folks, can go back if you want to. The play that's in question is at the 50-minute, 40-second mark on Terry's, on that YouTube channel from the game from Friday. So the game, and you actually have a really good angle because we were using his phone from this side. So if you go back to the 50-minute, 40-second mark, you can actually see the play. And I won't lie to you, folks. I'm a homer. I'm a McBee guy. I didn't think the runner did anything wrong. And honestly, folks, if the home plate umpire, he didn't say anything. They called the girl out third on the throw. If he'd have gone back to home plate and the other umpire going to first base, we're not here. And, in fact, to be honest with you, folks, if the home plate umpire the other night would have said, okay, we're calling the hitter out because of obstruction and we're sending the runner back to first, we're not here. But because he let that runner score, that's where the mess-up was. That's where the protest came in. So around 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, 11:30, I sent the video to Coach Don. I said, hey, this is where it is, by the way, if you want to see it. And then 2 minutes later, Coach Donna calls me and says, hey, we won the protest. So that's why we were supposed to come here yesterday. But what, Terry, since about Saturday afternoon, we've gotten how much rain? A bunch. It rained Saturday afternoon, evening. Sunday, it rained for most part. And then yesterday, folks, it was a total washout. We couldn't get here. And there's actually some softball games not being played today still because of rain, and some baseball games that were supposed to conclude last night that are not concluding until tonight or tomorrow. Louisville, by the way, my good buddy Blake Barron, who coaches baseball at Louisville, was rained out last night. Can't play today because even though it's sunny out right now, Terry, about 80 degrees, and the sun's been out almost all day, he can't play because the field's that wet. So everybody in the state of South Carolina has kind of been affected, especially 1A, 2A. I looked on the brackets where a lot of teams just have not played because of the rain. So that's why we're here. It's Tuesday, so it's going to be the bottom of the sixth when we start this game. And thank Terry. Terry's here, folks. Me and Terry and his daughter Ava rode up today. Nice little hour and 45-minute ride to Whitmire. And we have it set up. You can see where we're behind home plate today, the same place we were last year when we were here, so you got a really good view of the field. So here's what's going to happen. If you look at the scoreboard, which I think you can see, Terry, out in center field, and on your thing, it's going to be, okay, so if you look, folks, on your screen, it is 3-1 Whitmire. The game is going to be in the bottom of six. That's where we're going to resume play. Kenley Epps will be on first base, and Autumn Gilliam will be up to bat with 2 outs now and a runner on first. Okay? It's 3-1 Whitmire. So this is where we're picking up. The winner of today's game is in the driver's seat in the district. So whoever wins tonight will be home Thursday, and you'll have to get beat twice. Whoever loses this game has to play tomorrow at 6 o'clock against Calhoun County, which is kind of an upset because we thought, you and I were talking the other day, like, Whitmire will beat Williston-Elko, but they didn't. Calhoun County actually beat Williston-Elko in a loser's bracket game 10-0 on Saturday. It's going to be on, I want to say Saturday, I guess they played. No, it's going to be Friday. And so whoever loses this game will be home tomorrow at 6 o'clock versus Calhoun County. So let's just set up like this. If McBee ends up losing this game, we'll be home tomorrow at 6. We'll play Calhoun County. Win that game, we're back up here Thursday for the district championship where you have to beat this team twice. If I've confused you folks, I'm sorry. It's pretty simple to explain, but if I've confused you, I apologize. But the protest was won. And like I said, if the umpire Friday night, folks, if he did the right thing, first of all, he didn't call a dead ball right away. He saw it, the ball hit the runner, he gets down the right field line. Then the runner was actually thrown out at third on a regular play. Then the umpires talked, and they called obstruction or interference on the runner, on the batter. If he would have said, okay, dead ball, that girl's out, 2 outs. Now your runner has to go back to first base. Folks, we would not be here. That's all. But he said, because it was a live ball, that it's a live situation and runners allowed to advance, which is not correct. So that's why we're here. Folks, we could be here 5 minutes. We could be here 15 minutes. Who knows? So let's hope we're here for a little while. Let's hope the Panthers can come back here and get this out right here and then go in that last inning, top of the 7th, and see if we can make some magic happen. So here we are. So you're seeing our girls take the field right now. Again, it's going to be the bottom of the 6th inning. It's going to be 3-1 Whitmire. They're going to have a runner on first. That's going to be Kenley Epps. They're Miss Everything. She's just a heck of a player. She's tripled. She's doubled. She's walked twice. She scored 2 of Whitmire's 3 runs. Actually, 1. I guess you have to take the other one off. And has pitched a heck of a game so far. So we'll see how that's affected coming in. Taylor Irvin's going to pitch for you. She's going to get back out there. Again, you're going to have Jenna Newsom in left. You're going to have Terwin Kelly in center. Addison Lloyd in right. Olivia Talbert at third. Lily Beasley, who, by the way, big shout out to Lily Beasley, who last night won the Co-Athlete of the Year in Chesterfield County, and well-deserved. Well-deserved. We actually had 2 McBee folks that got Co-Player of the Year. So the girls' Co-Player of the Year was Lily Beasley and a girl from Chesterfield. And for the boys, Tyreek Wright won Co-Athlete of the Year for boys. And someone from Sherrall, I didn't get the name, I'm sorry, won as well. So big shout out to the McBee folks. Here comes Coach Campbell. What's up? Yeah, man, thank you for letting us do it, dude.
No problem. Anytime you're here.
Appreciate it. Coach Campbell, good dude. Okay, so here we go, folks. It's the bottom of the 6th. That's where we're picking up. Thanks, Terry. Thanks for coming up here, man. Thanks for doing this. A little breeze, man. It was really warm. We got a little breeze going right now, folks. You can see on TV. Got the sun out in left field. been warm all day. It's been humid back in McBee. And actually, the baseball team's playing right now in the district championship. They're actually down, Terry, in the third inning. It was like 2-0 a while ago when I flipped on Game Changer. But the boys are playing for the district championship. And I believe it's 2-0. Let me see. All right, here we go. Swing and a miss to Autumn Gilliam. Top of the fourth in McBee, 2-0 Great Falls right now. Boys, all they got to do is win once to win the district championship. So let me start this back over here. So first pitch to her is a strike swing. So again, Epps on first. Strike 2, swings through a fastball there. So 0-2 count to Gilliam. Again, folks, look at your 3-1, where we're picking up. Bottom of the sixth. Epps on first, 3-1 Whitmire. This is game 2 of the district winner's bracket game. Here's the 0-2. A pop-up. Bird can't find it, but then she looks over, but it's going to be just out of play and almost hits a spectator over there. I think Bird kind of maybe lost it at first. Chestnut came over. So 0-2 to Autumn Gilliam. Outfield straight up. Talbot in at third. Here's the pitch. Outside, she's going, and Bird guns her. Epps tried to steal second there, but Bird gunned her. So, all right, folks, here we go. This is it. This is why we came, Terry. It's back to the top of the seventh now. So Chestnut will be up. It's going to be Chestnut, Talbot, Allison, and Lloyd. It's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Panthers got to score 2 to keep it going. Let me see. I got to write this down. 2 to 6. That'll be the third out there. Got to erase that there. Okay. All right, folks. Whew. All right. Woo. Man, oh, man. Hey, at least we didn't have to pay to get back in. Nobody taking up our money. We're already here. On the mound, you'll see Kinley Epps. She is a lefty. She's a sophomore. She's done a heck of a job so far from Friday night to now. I'm anxious to see how this will come out. Talon on her game. First 3 or 4 pitches there. A little bit of break, we'll see. Again, Panthers got to score 2 here to keep this game going. It's going to be Kendra. It's going to be Talbot. It's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Frank the Tank tuning in. Hey, good to hear you. All right, folks, here we go. Kendra Chestnut. So what happened in the 7th is now erased from the last game. So this is kind of like a new at-bat for her. So let me cross that out. Cross this, cross this, cross this. Chestnut is 1 for 2 in this game. Single the first time up. And honestly, me and Terry talked about this coming up now. Please understand I'm not questioning anything. If it was me, I'd be taking until we get a strike. I'd make this girl throw. Top of the cemetery. Take till you get a strike. First time back. Hey, don't just come here and boom. Here's the first pitch from Epps. High, ball 1. There we go. 5, 6, 7 in the order, folks. Chestnut, Talbot, Allison, Lloyd. Got to get to Terrell and Kelly to get back to the top of the order. So 5 batters got to come up for McBee. Strike down the middle right there. Good pitch. 1-1. And we and Terry were talking about this on the way here to Chestnut. No home runs all year. She's due. If there was a girl due for a home run, it's Chestnut. Here's the 1-1 from Epps. Fouled back to the screen. 1-2. And Epps does a really good job of keeping the ball away to outside. Really, really good pitcher. Heck of a tennis player as well. The number 1 tennis player here for Whitmire. Played in the state this year. I think she actually played Reagan Griggs, our McBee girl. Here's the 1-2 to Chestnut. She hits one at center field. Center fielder goes back, and it's off her glove. Chestnut's going to go for 2. Here's the throw in the second, and she's up standing with a double. Woo, that's a great start. It's what we needed. So a hard fly ball to center field. And Chloe Hicks went back. Actually thought she had it, but it hit off the top of her glove. So the Panthers, folks. Terry, this could get crazy. All right, that brings up Olivia Talbot. Talbot's 0 for 2. It's going to be 0 for 1 in the game with a walk, her first time up. All you're trying to do, put it player, at least advance your runner. But again, take till you get a strike here. Make this girl work a little bit. If you look on TV, the right side, if you can see on your screen, right field line's open, right side's open. Here's the first pitch from Epps to Talbert. High, ball one. That's what I'm talking about. See if we can make this interesting, folks. See if we can make it interesting. If you're going to drive an hour and 45 minutes, have a little fun.
Got it, Fuller, got it.
Talbert moves up in the box. Epps looks over to the side. Coach calls the pitch. Looks at her wristband. Steps back. Here's the 1-0. Swing and miss at a fastball down the middle. Strike one. Good cut by Talbot right there. And I've told you all before what I like about these young kids, the seventh graders, man. They get their hats. They get their money's worth up the bat. Well, all you're trying to do is put something on the ground. At least advance your runner right here. Put something in play. Make these girls work. Make it hard on them. She swings and misses. Strike two. That's all right. So here we go. Chestnut on the second with a leadoff double. Talbert with a 1-2 count. No outs. Top of the seventh. Panthers trying to keep this going. Here's the pitch from Epps. Outside, ball two. And if you're wondering, folks, hey, why can't we go ahead and put a runner in for Chestnut? Maybe not speed, but if you put a runner and you burn Chestnut, she can't come back into the game. So you got to leave her out there. Got to be on her. Here's a 2-2 to Talbot. She pops it up to the infield, straight to the second baseman, and that's going to be caught by number 4. It's going to be by Sierra Jones there. So that's the first out of the inning. Brings up Lake and Allison. Allison is 1 for 2. So Chestnut again on second base with a leadoff double. And Allison's had some big hits. We were talking about this on the way here, Terry. That Allison's had some big hits this year for us. Some big-time spots. Louisville, Lamar, Chesterfield. She's had some big hits this year. Here's the first pitch to her. She swings and misses at a fastball.
Oh, good cut. Get down the ball.
3-1, Whitmire in a protested game that we're picking back up here. Here's the 0-1. She fouls it off to the right-hand side off the fence over there. 0-2. Again, all you're trying to do, you got to put it in play here. Do your best, Lakin. Advance the runner at least. Give her a shot to score in a pass ball or something. So Allison falls behind 0-2. Steps in the box. Epps looks at her wristband again. Hops back. Here's the pitch. And she fouls it off again. What a hang there, Lakin. Oof. Still fun, Terry. You know, this is fun. Good stuff. Panthers need a little bit of just some luck and a miracle right now. Got to get 2 runs to keep this game going, ladies and gentlemen. Allison moves up in the box a little bit. Epps rocks back. Another foul ball off to the right-hand side, and that's where Epps has been, living. She can, especially a lefty, and like I talked about with you all on Friday, this is only the second lefty McBee has seen all year. First one was actually the first game of the year, pretty much regular season against Central when their lefty, who got hurt halfway through their season. But this is only the second lefty McBee has faced this season. Here's the 0-2. She hits a ground ball to the shortstop, looks back, Chestnut, the throw to first. She's out. Good play by the shortstop right there. Chestnut smart. She did not advance, even on the throw. Brings up the right fielder, number 11, Addison Lloyd. Lloyd 0 for 2 today, and her first 0 for 2 in this game. She grounded that double play in the first game. So here comes Addison. 3-1, McBee. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. McBee trying to keep this game going. Chestnut at second. First pitch to Lloyd. She fouls him off over to this side, right at me. Strike one. Again, winner of this game advances to the district championship, which will be Thursday now. Loser's going to have to come through the bracket and play back-to-back games, possibly 3 in 2 days. Epps looks at the coach, waiting for the sign. Looks at his wristband, calls the number. Epps looks at hers. Here's the 0-1 to Lloyd. Fouled out of play. Good cut. Makes it 0-2. and then a fly ball by Talbert, and then a ground ball out by Allison. Pitch. She hits a fly ball to center field shallow, but the center fielder's right there. So after that leadoff double, the Panthers go fly ball to second, shortstop fly ball center fielder. So here's what happens, guys. So let me kind of set this up for you. Here's where we go. We knew this might happen. It was just one of those things, but and just like Coach Campbell said, you have to do it. You got to protest it. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, McBee will be home against Cal, and that is a elimination game. To church, and I'm going to have to see if Austin will help me out tonight with the runs and scoreboard. I'll talk to him before we leave today. But that so we will broadcast that game for you. We are going to have that for you tomorrow night. Okay, winner of tomorrow and play Whitmire for the district championship and have to beat them twice. First game will start at 5 p.m. Terry, it took you longer to set up, take it down than I knew. And it like I said, we knew this of sports. So we try to make it interesting. Again, Chestnut lead off. And that's a tough team, but are they beatable? Yes, everybody is. So we'll see. 2 years ago, of course, the Panthers, almost the same predicament. Won the third game. They had to go back to High Point and beat them back-to-back, which is also the same night that Coach McCaskill got a 500th win to win the district. So, again, we'll see you tomorrow night, folks. Thanks for tuning in now. We'll be on live tomorrow at 5:45. McBee versus